Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, word to my brethren in the Philippines. Shout out to the Philippines. And speaking of the Philippines, let's talk about Manny Pacquiao. Haven't made any videos about Pacman in quite some time, but decided that it'd be a good time to make one on Pacman because recently Freddie Roach, his trainer, came out and said that it's time for Manny Pacquiao to hang up the gloves. So recently, I think it was yesterday, Miguel Cotto had his last media workout for his upcoming fight with Saddam Ali, and this was in LA, I believe, at the Wild Card Gym, and they interviewed him there. He's talking about Cotto, and then he talked about Pacquiao as well within the same quote. He says, I quote, "I think it's a good time for him being Miguel Cotto, him to retire right now. I kind of wish Manny Pacquiao would follow his lead and retire also. Being a professional boxer and a senator at the same time is very difficult. He still wants a couple of more fights. He's doing a good job as a senator right now, but not as a boxer." End quote. And that was it by Freddie Roach. That's all he had to say. So basically, he believes Manny Pacquiao should retire. Manny Pacquiao was, 39 years old, about to be 40 soon. I don't know when, but I know he'll be 40 soon. He's pushing 40 years old, almost 40 years old. So, he's ranked number 9 by Ring Magazine right now. He's still a top 10 welterweight. He coming off of a fight against Jeff Horn, a bigger man, a stronger man, a man who used that size to maul him and foul and do whatever it took to get a win. Ultimately, he got what was ultimately a gift decision win, but some people thought he won, so whatever. But how long should Manny keep fighting? I mean, for me personally, like I love Pacquiao. Pacquiao has been one of my favorite fighters for quite some time. Probably since I was a young kid. I love Pacquiao. His fight with Cotto to me is one of my favorite fights, just because I remember arguing with my uncle and my dad because they were both going for Cotto, and I liked Pacquiao. So I love Pacquiao, and the memories will always be there. But for me personally, like I think he should have one more fight. I think the only fight he should have is he should try to avenge that Jeff Horn loss, get that rematch, beat Jeff Horn, and go out that way. That if I were Pacquiao, that's probably all I do. But to say he wants a couple more fights, like what is there to prove at this point? Like he has nothing to prove. Like you've won a world title in 8 weight classes. You're pound for pound arguably the greatest fighter who ever lived, as far as from the pound for pound perspective. Being that he started off at such a small weight to go up and dominate like he did. Never before has it been seen at that kind of level in the sport of boxing. So he's an all-time great. Like there's literally nothing to prove. But I do think he should get that Jeff Horn rematch. Obviously, I saw a picture the other day, and it was like Manny Pacquiao had like army camouflage on and like one of those like red little army hats, fedora type things. And like he forget fighting Jeff Horn. This dude's out there fighting ISIS and whatnot. So Manny Pacquiao, I think he just has a lot on his plate with his senatorial duties. He's still a good fighter. The funny thing is, like, if he does retire, it won't be because he's washed up. Like, it'll literally be because he's just a senator. Like, he's still a good fighter. Like, if he was fully focused on boxing, he's probably still a top 5 welterweight without a shadow of a doubt. It's just that like he's older now, and like all of his attention isn't on boxing anymore. So, boxing is not like these other sports. You gotta live the sport. You gotta actually dedicate yourself to the sport. And when you got these younger guys, bigger guys who are training their behinds off and dedicating all their time to boxing, like a Keith Thurman, like an Errol Spence, like just the guys in the weight class, it's a tough ask of a 39-year-old, smaller fighter to fight those guys and be, the top welterweight in the world. So for Manny Pacquiao, like I said, get the Jeff Horn fight, get out of there. But I tend to agree with Roach. Like, he shouldn't be fight. He shouldn't, like, after 2018. Shouldn't fight after 2018. He should have one fight in 2018, which is the Jeff Horn fight. But no matter what happens after that, he should end it like that. And end his career with the Jeff Horn fight. And that's just my opinion. Regardless, Manny's still one of the greatest fighters who ever lived. So it is what it is. But let me know what you guys think. Manny Pacquiao. Freddie Roach says that Manny Pacquiao should retire soon. That he just has too much on his plate as a senator. I tend to agree. I thought, as a senator, like, he still performed very well. He beat Jesse Vargas, who was coming off of a good win against Saddam Ali. Beat him pretty easily too. Looked great in that fight. in my opinion, he beat Jeff Horn, nearly stopped him later on in the fight. So he still had glimpses of greatness even in the twilight of his career, and I think people need to recognize that. So nothing to be ashamed of, obviously not with his career. So let me know what you guys think. Do you think Pacquiao should retire at this point in his career? Or do you think do you agree with Pacquiao? Do you think he should fight a couple more years? I mean, I don't think so. He's about to hit 40 soon. The fact that he hasn't had like a ridiculously sharp decline is impressive within itself. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. Take the time to subscribe. Follow True School Sports on Instagram at True School Sports. And like I always say, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Daniel. So until next time, take care, guys.